This is why at the beginning of the scripture it says, it is not expedient for me doubtless to glory. I'll come to visions and revelations of the Lord. So what gives us assurance that there were only visions and revelations from the Lord? When there is a man whom he can't tell whether he operated inside the body or out of the body. This information that does not pertain only weaknesses, this information that does not only pertain afflictions, this information also pertains the operations of this man whom he can't tell whether he was operating in the physical or in the spirit. This information does not pertain the man that was in the third heaven. This information leaves many probabilities about the man whom he can't tell whether he was operating in the physical or in the spirit. Meaning that there was a man who was operating as a reflection of a man in the third heaven. But that man was not operating in the spirit. He was operating in the flesh. And still that man that was operating in the flesh, he was still giving revelations. I'm talking about the revelations that were not coming from the third heaven, and I'm talking about the devil's revelations. And he says, lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations. Meaning that there is a level that he did not want to be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations which are not coming from God. Because there was no way that he could be exalted above measure through revelations that are coming from God. He would remain humble. He would remain in humility. Meaning that there is being exalted above measure, and you get lifted up above the capacity, above the audacity, above the measure that you have been given by God to reveal, and you start revealing things that are beyond the man that operates in the third heaven, and you start revealing things that are not coming from heaven. I'm talking about a level where a man that reveals can be hijacked by the devil. Recently in a deliverance session, and it was not the first time, where Lucifer is threatening that he can restart mysteries and revelations and hijack a disciple and give that disciple power to run the ministry under darkness. It was a threat, but that threat, it was not the first time hearing that threat. On 31 December, on the chaotic night, there was a manifestation of a spirit. And that manifestation of the spirit, it came out saying, I am mysteries and revelations. And it did confess that I'm not in control of you, revelator, but I can hijack this ministry. What it means is that there is a difference between the ministry and the revelator.